Namaste, and Satnam. I like to say Satnam because it means truth is my identity. It's a seed mantra in Kundalini Yoga. It's a Sanskrit word and it's used for liberation and concentration. And I really like the meaning, so I like to say it. Satnam, and welcome to my channel, Indigo Angel. Thank you for your love and support of my channel. If you've been enjoying the videos I put out, please hit the notifications button, as the algorithms on YouTube seem to make it so that unless you hit that notification bell, you're probably not going to get my videos. So today I'm actually doing a Starseed energy update for the lunar time cell of 12/13 through January 9th, 2019, based off the Mayan Calendar, bringing in the feminine new year. My channel offers Starseed energy updates, Starseed vlogs, deity, archangel, and archetypal invocations, quantum and stargate activations, and Starseed and collective transmissions and messages. So my channel and my vision is very multi-dimensional, and I just have fun with it. I just go with what I'm guided to do, what I'm guided to create. A lot of my stuff that I do is very psychedelic and very tantric because of the Kundalini aspect, how I go about my spiritual meditations and practices. So I really vibe with the tantric psychedelic perception, and I like to incorporate it in my videos. If you don't know me, my name is Amanda, and I don't normally talk about myself too much on my videos. I just go right into what it is what message I'm trying to get across. But I thought I'd be a little bit more relatable today on this one, so hang in there with me. But I have been seeing angels clairvoyantly since I was a child, and since then angelics have been the foundation of my ascension, my physical body ascension and my celestial ascension, guiding me through profound creation energies, my guardian angels, connecting to higher legions and seraphims and octaves of angelics, shamanic animals, and chakra systems. So the 7th dimensional chakra body, the 12th dimensional chakra body, and the 22nd dimensional chakra body. So I've gone through all these systems, and through my journey I have gone through, I've had a dark night of the soul, I've had twin flame deprogramming, societal, cultural, environmental, and parental ancestral deprogramming. I've basically gone to the point that I've ascended and descended and dissected and x-rayed my human self down to like quantum spectrums and elementals of my DNA, taking me into starseeds, soul genetics. Well, I like to call them morpho-alchemical genetics. It feels like I'm essentially quantum computing myself and learning to rewire the gene brains through conscious, sovereign, free will programming and detoxification. I've redirected my psychic awareness within through intermultidimensionality, through mastery schools, Kundalini yoga, meditations, mantras, and mudras. I've done lots of healing modalities. I've studied several hidden esoteric and occult knowledges, calendars, astrology. I'm big with quantum physics, quantum biology, constantly searching for more as my spirit is guiding me to do this daily, to just align to my truest and most purest states of being. I channel archetypes and stargates. I'm a Reiki practitioner. I consider myself a gamma indigo, gamma because I am attuned to these higher brainwave frequencies and dualistic wave particles within my own body, and achieving the awareness, consciousness, and then bringing the brainwave through to a full body resonance. And I oscillate full spectrum of that frequency scale. So I'm conscious of the brainwave states of mind, like the beta, the waking conscious, the alpha, the deep relaxation, the theta, the light meditation, the delta, the deep sleep wave, and the gamma, for gamma indigo. Gamma is the highest light intelligence within, And this is basically when the body can align to these whole brain perceptions and full body resonance of androgynous electrical tones that one can see elementally inside the body, and identifying these states of electricity existing in the cosmos that basically come through the heartbeat, which ultimately come in planetarily through the poles, these solar electrical particles. But basically for the human body, it comes through the heartbeat, and it comes through this all chakra body illumination. So we have this neutral state of electricity, which is when you're in a constant state of opposition to altering currents. This is the insulation of the electricity. We have the thermic charge, which is the heat. We have the luminous, which is the light. We have the kinetic, which is the ambivalent. And then we have magnetic cohesion and static dissension. That's really going quantum perception within this ability to align to brainwave states, and that's basically what I do. I'm living a quantum existence. I consider myself to be a starseed of all soul genetics of the universe, and I feel I have embodied the galactic councils within that assist with the evolution of the planet and humanity through solar intelligences, through the sun and planetary rulers. I mean, this was a huge aspect of liberation in my ascension to freedom of sovereignty. I mean, I consciously appreciate Saturn, Mercury, and I pay homage to my ancestors and galactic civilizations that came before me. I just want to clarify that no, this is not demonic, archonic, or satanic. This is just unlimited possibilities and present experiences of dimensions beyond the seventh dimensional chakra system. And it's simply put, it's releasing of the fear into the galactic realms, which are ultimately quantum within your body, because your physical body is not separate from all there is in the universe. So all knowledge, all intelligences and existences, all lifetimes and timelines exist in the genetic code of the DNA and the cosmic Akashic unified field of intelligence. So basically attuning awareness to galactic consciousness, attuning to quantum consciousness and extraterrestrial consciousness, and states of awareness beyond the physical dimensions of matter, while maintaining physical form on Earth and living on this universal library. And basically having a current life review, personal scales of Mott, dream walking present. I went through a profound spiritual awakening in 2012 to about 2013. That what happened was I had this breaking down of my physical body's immune system, cellularly, alchemically, hormonally. And it basically rewrote my DNA to respond differently to toxicity. My body is basically hyper and meta aware to chemicals, and this has forced me to reconstruct my reality through detoxification, purification, and meta tuning to multidimensional self. So I just wanted to talk a little about myself. I never really do, because in expanded states of light encoded intelligence and unity consciousness, the law of one, the identity of a being seems to kind of like go out the window. All the illusions of false permanent self go out the window, because those hindering limitations only matter to the human aspect of yourself, and that's the service to self-you. But in service to others' consciousness, in service to truth consciousness, the identity and masks of illusion become a task to maintain, and it just interrupts the separation and creates static electricity through portals, when really simplicity is ideal for light code transfers. So trying to keep it simple right now, but I always go quantum. But I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I have A starseed energy update based off of the 6th lunar time cell for the days of December 13th through January 9th. This is based off the Mayan calendar, welcoming in 2019, a fully feminine year. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 equals 12. 1 plus 2 breaks down to 3 in numerology. 3 is representing the threefold founder flame, triad consciousness, Sri Yantra's geometric sacred fractal source, many godheads of 3. The 3 is the Empress in the tarot, representing the earth and her fruitfulness. A divine feminine 2019, fully in our divine feminine. And we're shifting into 2019 through this time cell being called the rhythmic moon of equality. So we're actually bringing the new year in through rhythm of equality, and that's so beautiful. The rhythmic tone of creation represents organization, balance, and flow. We also have the winter solstice on December 21st, the shortest day of daylight and the longest night, representing the birth of the sun and many sun god deity and archetypal conscious appreciation. Santa Claus, Odin, Ra, Apollo, Yeshua. Also, celebration of the Yule. The Yule being the celebration for the winter and birth of the sun for pagan tradition. In truth, pagan tradition aligns to the 1320 original template of Earth, the seasons, the equinoxes, and moon cycles, as does the Mayan calendar. So those of you who don't already know the Mayan calendar, it is based off the natural cycles of the moon, which in turn align to the natural cycles of Earth. Because of this intergeo-biosynergistic magnetic flow relationship that reinforces the original energetic planetary grid, ley lines, earth chakras, and Schumann resonance, that the moon and earth are one with one another, as the moon is our natural orbiting satellite, and due to the iron cores that both the earth and the moon possess, they both hold within them, making them like attracted and basically locked together in a transformative magnetic alchemical relationship. So basically the earth and the moon are two magnets stuck together, the moon being pulled into the earth's cycle. Now the moon doesn't have its own rotation, it's essentially polarized, only facing Earth, showing the same side to Earth, and it orbits around Earth in an ecliptic plane, waxing into full moon and waning from full to new. The band of the belly is what it's called, the moon representing the womb, and when it's a new moon, basically this provides a new vehicle for spirit. And this represents the first state of being in a spiritual form. So seeing the lunar shifts as a collection of spirit from the solar sun and Sirius and Pleiades and other stargates according to the 13 galactic codes of the Hunab-Ku. There are other states of stargates of incarnation processes, but just to narrow it down to the 3, it's the solar sun, Sirius, and Pleiades. Spirit is not yet in shape and form, it is merely a reflection of consciousness. So waxing is collecting and waning is releasing spirit. The moon represents the primordial waters, bonded intimately with all planetary cycles, this divine feminine energy attracting spirit, pure life energy through the collection of silicate, iron, and nickel. The iron in the blood collects spirit, and it incarnates through the umbilical cord and womb, providing the spirit's cradle. And I have spoke about this in my Lyran Starseed video if you want more information on the spirit's cradle. So I say alchemical due to the elemental morphing inside of the sun, the moon, and the earth. So there's this alchemical elemental morphing going on inside the sun, the moon, and the earth due to solar flares, solar storms, coronal ejections, and expansion of the sun, as this flow of cosmic subatomic particles create the magnetic field of the planet. This in turn supports the gravitational field that protects the planet from solar radiation. So why is this important for this energy update? Because if you look at the Mayan calendar, you're going to see that each month is based off a new tone of the moon, representing movement of creation. The tone setting the overall vibratory magnetic toroidal field of Earth and the human body. The human body has 13 articulation joints which allow our body to move, allowing us to see life as a process through movement and these cyclical cycles in our truest nature. Especially the perfect example of that is the divine feminine physical body, menstruation completely aligning to these cycles. As I spoke of previous and how spirit incarnates into the physical, the alignment to the moon being the basis and foundation to the entire calendar. And it basically gets us as closely as possible to our fourth dimensional self, the conscious subconscious self, bringing forth our galactic core self, which in truth is another portal to the multiverse and multiple prime creator perceptions within through the black hole of the Milky Way. This awakens our celestial and starseed ascension, physical body ascension, ascension symptoms, our dream walking self, our all imaginative, all possibilities are possible self. So, if anyone's seen my last Lyran Syrian video, I went over the gold element and one's awareness to it in the body, and how this has been illuminating the AU, the aura, and the aurora, the negative electrical charges, the black matter in the body, and also the elemental heating and cooling that inner earth and inner moon are constantly synthesizing. It's basically a constant interdimensional flow of inner synergistic solar, cosmic, universal, androgynous electromagnetic energy through the north and south poles and radiating out through the ley lines that defines the elemental core of Earth and the planetary noosphere, which is the mental plane of Earth, which we in turn as starseeds of earthly bodies link up to for our mental spherical software programming, which is morphogeogenetics or soul genetics, and evolving DNA consciousnesses or gene brain. This alchemical process in turn sets the tones for creation. So there are 13 tones according to the Mayan, 13 representing coming full circle, full cycle, movement of energy. There are 365 days of the year that evenly break down into 13 months with 28-day cycles, leaving one calendar day out. 28 days breaking down and reflecting in the 28 lunar mansions of the moon with 13 degrees between each lunar mansion. So the 28 lunar mansions or nakshatras in Hindu astrology and Chinese astrology, and actually 36 decans in Egyptian astrology. Western astrology does not use mansions, and it just uses the prominent constellations in each sector. So this is perceiving tonal lunar shifts beyond the 12 dimensions of physical matter, 12 houses of astrology represented by the third dimension matrix systems, and there are multiple third dimension matrix systems within that dimension, and a couple of them are just starting out with the Gregorian calendar in Western astrology, as they exclude the 13th sign of Ophiuchus and the 13th dimension. This is why there's so much static electricity around the number 13, and why there's a lot of fear with that number, why it has been casted as evil. It's basically removing a time cell from the calendar or from the natural harmony of the planet and dispersing it as celebrations of illumination seemed fit, unaligning mankind to the 13th heptid gate, the original templating of planet Earth, Mother Tiamat, primordial waters, and dragon luminaries. Basically the flow of energy, and pay attention to the flow, as this month is all about the rhythmic tone. The rhythmic Hermetic principle pendulum swing manifests in everything. So the measure of the swing to the right measures the swing to the left according to Hermetic principles. The rhythmic tone, giving awareness to the flowing waters, ocean tides, the blood in the human body, the magmas of earth. Blood and water are diagnetic, which means they are repelled by a magnetic field, which creates an induced magnetic field within its own elements. Also within the magma, or the magmas, or the silicate iron elementals, it goes through the bulk of its alchemical emplacement and eruption processes within this aspect. It's the tides of the ocean through this gravitational diagmatic weight. So this is how the full moon influences can drive one into lunar lunacy with strong, profound transformational adherences to the actual DNA, especially activated light bodies, as the DNA may already be hyper meta-conscious to toxicities in the body, and then will in turn exacerbate or play out for one to experience in their physical reality. We have 3 to 4 grams of iron in the human body, so basically the iron element within your blood reacts diagmatically to the moon. The driving underlying force, internal alchemical elemental, most important relationship we have is with the Lunar Luna. And what's even more profound is it's guiding all spirit umbilical incarnations, laws of attraction, laws of cause and effect, software programming, subconscious sphere. So one is reacting by unconscious default to the elemental alchemical processes within their own iron, creating an ironic relationship, paradoxical, signifying the language of opposites. Basically, Starseeds, if you've been going quantum within your perceptions at this time, as quantum computing gene brains do through cosmic shifts, your awareness to all elementals within may be hyper-aware at this time and upgraded. Hyper-aware to metals, toxins, mercury, gold, iron, silicate, magnesium, nickel. This will only continue to increase as humanity becomes more aware to the toxicity of our environment through mass experiments of carbon exposure, genetically modified foods, contaminated H2O, mercury injections, masks of protections, and so on and so on. Freedom fighter starting to come out right now, but it's true because the human genome is genetically designed to evolve with our environment, and that's exactly what AI, artificial selection, is doing. Okay, so we have our Galactic activation portal days. December 14th, December 15th, we're going through one of the portals as we speak right now as I'm recording this. The full moon on December 22nd and the winter solstice. And then we have the new moon on January 5th. And this is a partial solar eclipse and our new moon. So be ready. These are highly amped up days as these cosmic energies are going to be very amped up because of the galactic activation portals that fall on the full moon and the new moon. This is a powerfully profound month of rhythmic iron moon manifested success, bathing in the currents with this synergistic relationship with the moon. It's being amplified with these galactic activation portal days, which are essentially gateways of expanded consciousness that amplify your awareness to the energy flow. There are 52 portals in the entire Mayan calendar for the year, and 2 of them happen to fall on the full and new moon in this time cell. So this is a high energy time cell, restructuring, balance, organization, and equality overall collectively for the highest good of humanity. And that is always the intention of the universal energy, is to the highest good of the whole. So I wanted to just thank you so much for listening to this energy update. I am not going to include the 13-day wave spells in this energy update, as I was more focused on the synergistic relationship with the earth and the moon, as I feel it kind of fell in line with the rhythmic tone. And I just wanted to say that the foundation of galactic time is basically the understanding of the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is the non-physical realm of mind, which unifies and governs the third dimensional world. This empowering realization reminds us that it is actually our consciousness and our inner experiences that are helping co-dream and shape our shared reality. By traveling in fourth dimensional time and these galactic codes, we expand our perceptions and capacities as multidimensional beings. So this calendar is actually a mental matrix or harmonic software that lifts us out of linear concepts of time, and it helps us to realign with our own energy current that has a direct hotline back to source energy. From here, we can receive new visions of the cosmos. Namaste, and I hope you have an amazing, beautiful night. Till my next energy update.